The first time I've been invited at the Louvre, it was actually an interesting story. The Louvre invited me to do a conference there, or maybe organize a conference there. And we talked with them and we're like, well, why not? That could be great, of course. But why don't we, think of something? And I say, oh yeah, you can pitch us something, and see what happened. It could be on the floor, it could be on, anywhere, like propose us something. And I have to say that I had never thought of anything for the Louvre because it's a museum that normally you might have a chance to get there when you're dead. So I went there and I looked around. And of course, as you walk outside the Louvre on the main plaza, on the pyramid, you see tourists from all around the world that come and take a photo. But the first thing they do when they get there, they turn their back to the pyramid and take a selfie. So I found out pretty interesting that we go all across the world to go see places that we turn our back into, to photograph ourselves. So I was wondering that if I made the pyramid disappear, then they would end up with a photo of themselves in front of the back of the Louvre. So that's how the project started. We pitched that to the president of the Louvre, which said yes. And then we had to find a way to put it on the pyramid because we learned that from this amazing architecture, it was also a lot of structural condition that we couldn't climb on it, we couldn't paste it. So we had to use a crane and hang from the top to just place the artwork on it without putting the feet on the pyramid. So it took a couple of weeks to install because we could only do it on the Tuesday when the museum is closed, but we managed to do it. And then when we revealed it, it then stayed 1 month. What was amazing is that people would come and find the one spot. There was one spot because it's an anamorph where you would take the photo from your phone, so you didn't need any special camera, and have the actual pyramid disappearing, leaving this triangle in black and white. Every day I would go there also to take photos, and a big line would have started from the point of the anamorph. And I had to also line up, when I would get there to take photos. And we also actually did, for the launch of that, an amazing 24 hours where we took the entire Louvre and created from a concert of Arcade Fire in the garden of the Louvre to conferences with Agnès Varda, Felici Varini, or Daniel Buren. We had, Mathieu Chédid playing with magicians like Jan Frisch in the rooms at night in the museum. We had a concert of Olafur Arnolds and Niels Fram from 8 hours, from 12 at midnight to 8 in the morning, and then a breakfast by Jean Imbert in one of the rooms of the Louvre. It was kind of an incredible 24 hours where nobody slept and people would come. And then at the end, I did this last performance with Liu Bolin where we both disappeared and he painted me to disappear in front of the pyramid that had disappeared. So I'll never forget that first journey at the Louvre, and also the millions and millions of photos of people that had to interact with the artworks to create their own.